Hi guys, Tungsten here. So today we're going to do the unboxing and review of this Worker Nightingale. Yeah, so recently just received this. I ordered this when they have the so-called the offer whereby they will give me a free kind of belt and I believe a free kind of holster kind of attachment for the Nightingale. I also bought a few kind of metal attachment. Yeah, that's for some of the replacement part. I did not buy the rails, so those I prepared to kind of create it myself, probably 3D print it. So let's just open it out and see what's inside. This is actually a very small package, so you can see this is my hand, and yeah, it's pretty small, pretty minimum, nothing much. Okay, so with it is a so-called the purple Worker dart. It seems to be the one that is with the softer foam, so maybe because of the higher crush of the blaster, I'm not sure. Magazine and a kind of a how do you call this, I guess an attachment hook for you to attach to the belt itself, and a kind of a key, Allen key, for you to remove the battery compartment, and the blaster itself, and a set of instructions. Okay, so I think they are getting better with the kind of the instruction. Yeah, kind of nice looking set of instruction with all the color kind of indication. So it's pretty good. So if there's anything missing, even a wiring diagram over here, which I think is good. Okay, that you include that. Okay, yeah, pretty detailed, pretty nice, I would say. Okay, I will give it a plus for this. Okay, I do like this and I'll keep it. Yeah, so more or less this is the things we have. Let's just open up this kind of the extra parts that I bought. Okay, so here we have this metal piece over here. It's a kind of a gray, okay, metal piece. Yeah, so I intend to replace this. Okay, the holster is here. Okay, the one that I really like is the smiley face. So let's see whether I can find where is it. Yeah, I think this is the one. No, this is not the one. This is the back piece. Okay, the sling mount. Okay, pretty nice. And this must be the smiley face. I like. Okay, let me just open it up a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it does have other pieces like the front piece, muzzle piece, but I'm not going to get that. Yeah, because it's again kind of metal coloring. There you go, this nice looking smiley face. Okay, so this will be replaced here. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Right, so I'll get everything out and we can talk more about it. Alright, so now we have everything kind of displayed out. Now let me just before I forget, now the so-called the metal release smiley face piece. Okay, inside there is actually two very small screws provided. I'm not too sure what is it for as of now, but okay, if you buy the smiley face, okay, the package is really small, but make sure you take note there is this package that have a two small screw. So that's that before I forget. Right, so over here, this holster itself, it surprised me because I initially thought that it is a 3D printed piece, but it is not. It is like an injection molded piece, okay, with this metal kind of clip whereby you can clip on to the belt itself. Now the belt is pretty nice. These are metal parts, right? And it's very easy to kind of do the configuration and to release it. Okay, just release it. It's pretty nice. I like it a lot. And of course, this piece over here is for you to clip onto here. Okay, to the belt itself, to this portion itself, and then this will link to the back of your blaster so that you won't accidentally drop it. So I think this is a nice inclusion, but I believe this is only available for those who actually order within the pre-order period. Alright, now I would like to spend some time to talk about a new magazine first. Now, before I received my Nightingale, actually I read in the Discord server, that one of the Discord server that I'm in, there's something about the magazine that you might want to take note of. I'll put the so-called the person that highlighted this. Okay, yeah, somewhere here. Yeah, right. So when I read about it, is that the magazine itself, there is some imperfection, especially at the so-called at the lip over here, and I tried to look for it, and it is actually there. Okay, so the beginning of the lip, or the edges of the lip, especially on the, let me see, right hand side, right hand front, this portion. Okay, I'm not too sure you can see. If you use your finger and feel it, is that there's actually a kind of a pretty sharp edge, and it is like protruding, and if you put your darts through it, it's going to scrape your darts, pretty much it's going to wear out your darts pretty fast. And it also occurred over here at my magazine itself. Now I thought could it be just one, but in fact I have actually bought a lot more of the magazine itself, and every single one of them, when I feel it over here, especially the kind of the front right corner, this portion is pretty sharp, right? Okay, and yeah, it's like an extra kind of, you didn't clean it up or something like that. So that's something that you want to take note of. Probably you want to burrow it yourself, right? Yeah, so here, over here, same. Okay, in fact, so in conclusion, it's basically for all the magazine itself. Now next is basically, now the magazine itself, if you were to notice, now this catch, okay, is basically there, but if you flip over, there's also a catch over here, and I believe the Nightingale, okay, when you slot it in, it's actually using this back catch. So this is for, especially for the Nightingale itself, right? So so they including this so-called position here, I believe it probably is going to be for any future modification or any future blaster, which is, I think, is good. So again something that is interesting. So now if you are designing anything from to be compatible with this magazine, you have two options, whether you can catch it here or you can catch it here, which is sometimes, man, you want to design it such that the magazine point this way or point this way. I thought that's something interesting, something good. Next is, of course, the again from the Discord server, from the user, he also kind of point out that this bottom piece is actually pretty easy to remove. As you can see, it just come off easily. Okay, so this magazine is not filled up yet. Okay, and it kind of come off easily, but of course you can sort of tap in also pretty easily. Alright, okay, you can tap in. So I'm not too sure how is this going to affect. This is not loaded. Can you imagine if you load 15 bullets here? Of course the tension will be stronger. How well is this going to hold? I really have no idea. If you drop it on the floor, will it be exploding or something like that? Oh, so something that you might want to take note of. Do we have to like do a simple tape over it? Okay, so there's something that you might want to take note of. I have not tried it, but there's something that's pointed out. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty fine. So let's just do a quick taking of the measurement of the new magazine compared to another 15 round Worker magazine. Alright, so now let's just take a look at the blaster itself, and I do want to talk a little bit on the holster itself as well. So the holster is supposed to go in, you can just slot it in like this. Now there's no catch, no nothing, so you can see it's pretty loose. Alright, so if you were to just overturn it like this, it will drop off. So I still feel that it will be good if there's some kind of a little kind of catch or a little bit of a tension spring or anything to kind of really make it the friction to be slightly more. I know that people say that when you jump and move around, it doesn't really drop off, but hey, when you are running around, when you slide or you try to slide or something like that, or you kneel down, okay, as long as there's a little bit of angle, I think it will drop off. So I don't think this certainly have kind of space for improvement, I would say. Alright, either we increase it, the friction or something, right, or catch. I don't know whether we can improve it ourselves. Okay, we can think about it. But next, okay, the magazine itself. Now, of course, we can slot it in, right? Okay, initially you can think that okay, it's just pretty standard, not a problem. But then again, okay, this is the correct position, of course. But if you switch it around and try to slot it in, it does go in. All right. Okay, of course it doesn't catch, but it does go in. So there is a possibility that you do have to be careful when you slot in the magazine. It's not, it's basically bi-directional, but then okay, it only catches one side. So it'll be unfortunate if you are in the midst of switching mag and you accidentally switch the other way and slot it in. You can, but it doesn't really work and it might cause a little bit of problem for you, right? So be careful, okay, about this portion. Okay, now, okay, of course it catches. Next, of course, is the grip itself. Now, even with a smaller kind of mag design, okay, unfortunately, okay, I feel that the grip is still a little bit big. Okay, the edge over here again can be slightly better in terms of comfort, okay, if you were to kind of design it a little bit. Then next, my hand is actually, I guess it's a pretty average in terms of size. The trigger is actually not that close, right? So you do have to kind of be front a little bit, and then you can reach it and then you can really trigger it. Okay, so definitely not for a, okay, I think that a child will have a fair amount of difficulty holding this. And of course the mag release, it is not that comfortable to reach. If I were to grip on it, okay, it doesn't really, okay, I cannot really reach it. Okay, I have to push forward and then really reach it, and then it can be released. So that's something to take note of in terms of the grip itself. Yeah, it is rubberized, yes. Hopefully it doesn't become sticky like some of those rubberized stuff. Yeah, so hopefully that's it. So again, this is like you can peel it off, okay. Yeah, so take note of that. Okay, it's supposed to be able to gravity drop, of course, but of course if you're gripping it and you're trying to reach it and you try to release it, okay, you might not drop that nicely, alright. But then again, okay, it does have a little bit of a flare around it, so not the end of the world. It's still pretty smooth. Okay, just that, take note, if you flip over it went in. Okay, that is wrong. Alright, okay, so that's that. Next, the front barrel, you can see that it's actually a transparent piece. Okay, there's no kind of scar or anything, it's just a very simple transparent piece. A nice touch, I say. Okay, at least you give a little bit of design, right? Okay, so on top there's two kind of screw holes whereby you can do the so-called attachment. Then you have your the back aiming sight. Okay, yeah, okay. Right, so yeah, so in terms of aesthetic, some people might like it. Okay, I think it looks cool. But one of my friend actually commented to me, and he jokingly said that why did I bought a barcode scanner? Yeah, but well, it is what it is. Okay, so I pretty much I do like the aesthetic. Now there's one thing that I don't really like is, of course, there is no access to the so-called the flywheel or anything like that. Okay, you can't kind of access the jam or if it ever occur. Okay, I remember I reviewed a kind of a cheaper blaster before, whereby it's something of similar sort, whereby the back you can actually pull back and you can actually have access to the so-called the flywheel itself. However, I don't think it's the end of the world. Okay, because over here, these three screw posts, I believe we can actually do something, maybe cut a window over here and attach a window over here, okay, for quick access. Right, so this is pretty much a two-piece mold. Okay, so basically they are again kind of screw into place with all the screws. Okay, but the other side I would like to point out, okay, I don't really like this golden kind of stuff showing over here. It kind of messed up the look and feel a little bit. If it's all black kind of like this, okay, you'll be much more consistent look. But this is just a kind of the look issue. Yeah, okay. So again, this is the battery compartment, whereby you can remove this kind of compartment with the Allen key provided. I don't see any storage compartment hidden anywhere, so I guess it is up to you to kind of store the Allen key itself, or you can alternatively buy the kind of the screw, thumb screw for the battery cover itself. Right, on off switch at the back. Okay, as you can see, to access, it can be used as a safety as well, so I believe this is a good touch. So it's a plus point for me. Right, so next we'll check out the FPS. So it was given the purple dot, so we will check with the purple dot first, and then we will try see whether other dots is suitable or not. Right, so let's proceed. Alright, so I want to share a little bit on the battery that I'm using and how I place it in. So I'm using this battery itself is 0.65, and okay, let me see whether I can put it up. Now I'll probably put the link to the site that I bought it also. So this is something that I think I can fit into the Nightingale. Right, so it is a really tight fit. So yeah. First of all, of course, you open it up. This will be the wiring. Now, there's one thing that I do not like is, of course, it exposes all the way to the switch itself. Yeah. Alright. Next, I did try to fit it in before. I believe it will be easier if I were to kind of relocate this connector all the way here. But if you were to purchase it, this is probably the length that it is. So first of all, of course, I'll make sure it's to off. Okay, the safety off. Alright, okay, then of course I'll connect the battery first. Now before I say that, okay, I will orientate it such that later on the battery is going to be like this. The wiring go all the way down like this, something like this. Okay, put it in. Okay, so I'm gonna connect it. Okay, now the Nightingale itself, okay, you can see that there's a gap here, okay, and below there's actually something, a little space that you can make use of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this switch, try to position here, and then push in underneath, right, as much as I can. Push it underneath and go in as much as I can, okay, to facilitate. So the whole battery is in, okay, and this is as much as I can. It's going to occupy the space below while you orientate yourself. Then this will give you a good kind of way to tuck this everything in as much as possible. So you can see that it's pretty tight fit, and then here, then you can close it. So it does have enough space for that particular battery, even if you don't relocate the kind of the connector. But you do have to be patient and try not to force. Just push it and again, adjust it. Use the space that I pointed out, and you'll be in. Okay, and then you switch it on. It's going to be pretty loud. I didn't pull all the way, so yeah, so it's pretty loud. Okay, alright, so everything is good. Okay, and then we can go for the firing. Now I'm just going to remove it to let you have another look how it enter. Okay, I'll think that no user may find it challenging, especially for the location of the battery. So this is how I do it. I make use of this space. Okay, you can see. Okay, and then remove it. Right, okay, so this is how I do it. Right, I try to position it, okay, and push it in together, okay, and then things will try to go nicely in. Yep. Okay, so this is the battery that I find that it is probably the one that I can use. 0.65. Okay, it's a 3S75C. So I feel that this will be okay, good enough. Right, so let's go for the firing test. Alright, final thoughts for the Worker Nightingale. Overall, I'm satisfied with my purchase. Yeah, I bought the high power one, so I feel that it's pretty good for the price. Now, some of the things that I do not like, first of course is the magazine. Make sure you check your magazine and clean up all the sharp edges that will damage your darts, so that's one. Next is basically the Mac release is for me is still not that easy to access. Maybe because my hand is not that big, I'm not too sure. The next thing that I noticed is, of course, when I kind of fire this Nightingale for around 2 magazines, I start to feel the heat at the side of the Nightingale itself. So the motor does heat up quite a lot. So definitely this is not something that you want to kind of keep firing. Yeah, so that's something that I think can be improved. For example, maybe you can do a kind of at least a window over here that kind of let the airflow over here as well. Maybe there's something that I want to do. I have to open this up and take a look. Yeah, so that's that. Another thing is, of course, there is no quick kind of way to gain access to the flywheel itself. We know that flywheel blaster, if you fire, there's a lot of foam dust and whatnot. You probably want to clean it up a little bit. So yeah, so we can design something that make use of this 3 screw, replace the screw with something longer, and we can actually have a window, let the air flow kind of, and of course you design such that your finger will caught in between, and also you can remove it easily and then kind of access to the flywheel. Like I mentioned before, it doesn't have any easy way to do that, so if there's a jam, which I did not encounter, but who knows, maybe if there is one, then it'll be quite difficult. Next, things that I like the on-off switch. Okay, this will act as a safety, so that's great. The the grip is okay. Okay, so the rubberized grip is pretty good, and the performance is not bad at all. Right, you can see the FPS, so the performance is pretty decent. Of course, if you quick pull it, then of course the performance will drop. The next thing that I kind of feel that the battery compartment can be better designed. Maybe even a 5 cm longer, slightly 5 cm longer, to have a little bit of extra space will be really helpful. But it is what it is. Yeah. Okay, the holster itself, I guess you can kind of add additional material such that you install it in, it's not going to drop on you. Okay, so that's something that we can easily fix, I believe. But overall, it's a pretty compact. I like the look of it actually, and I believe it's easy to do a paint job over. Just remove this rubber and you have a good kind of two shelf mechanism for you to paint. And basically I did make a rail. Okay, the STL file is in the Thingiverse. I'll probably post it out and put a link to the kind of description. So putting aside there, it looks pretty good. Okay, so all in all, for the value for money, I guess I am pretty okay with the purchase. I like the new magazine. It is a lot rounded, I would say. So it feels pretty good. Yeah, so I'm Tungsten. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.